Now, another thing that I don't think a lot of people are aware of is LaRon Landry is in the last year of his contract now.
Second to last year.
Second to last year. So this being an uncapped year, and of course, with the labor strife ahead and all that, what are the options for the team in dealing with him at this point?
I think, LaRon, you see a lot of players who are in first round players who are in the second to last year of their deals who have played at a high level and have proven to be key components of their team will get a new deal in year 4. You saw that with Vernon Davis last year. Vernon Davis, when you look at his statistics compared to LaRon Landry, are pretty similar. The first 3 years of Vernon's career, pretty pedestrian for a number 6 overall pick at tight end. And then that 4th year, he had a breakout year, goes to the Pro Bowl. LaRon looks like that same type of player this year. Looks like he's having a breakout year 4. So going back to the Vernon Davis comparison, as we went into year 5 of his rookie contract, the 49ers tore that deal up and made him the highest paid tight end in the league. So, again, applying that same concept to LaRon Landry, if LaRon keeps playing at a high level, goes to a Pro Bowl this year, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Redskins leverage this uncapped year to go ahead and extend him and make him one of the highest paid safeties in the game, just so that you know that you've locked and secured one of the cornerstones of your defensive future.
Go ahead, Todd.
One basic question just hit me. What happens in this uncapped year? And let's fast forward and assume that the new CBA is ready to go. What impact does that have for the future? Is everything come due then and now?
Yeah.
Well, nothing's due right this year, right? It's just,
well, the thing is, and you've seen some teams really take advantage of it, and the Redskins actually have taken advantage of it.
Right, they're one of the highest salaries in the league.
And one of the reasons why is because with LaRon, Albert Haynesworth and D'Angelo Hall, they had these big bonuses that would have prorated out in the future years. And Bruce Allen and Eric Schaefer over there, the cap guys, they found a way to keep all of that money here in the uncapped
2010.
year in 2010.
Oh. So it all hits now, which means nothing in the future.
And you have lower cap numbers in the future, so you can cut an Albert Haynesworth or you can get rid of a D'Angelo Hall with less impact on the cap. So applying that same concept to a LaRon Landry extension, if you do it in 2010, where a lot of that guaranteed money that you're giving to him on his new deal stays in the uncapped year of 2010, if for some reason LaRon goes Sean Alexander and gets a big payday and you never hear from him again, it's not hard to let him go, in the future when you anticipate a salary cap coming back.
So, all right, so the numbers I saw, Cowboys and Redskins were at the top. I think one of them was at $175 million.
Redskins.
And that's what I thought, number one. So, all right, so it's 2011. It's now a capped year. How beyond just Haynesworth and D'Angelo Hall, how do they rectify getting the number back to where it needs to be?
Well, you've seen they rectified it with Haynesworth and D'Angelo Hall with how they structured their deals. Actually, the same mechanism, without going into all the details, that they used to kind of keep control of the future salary cap numbers for Haynesworth and Hall, they did with Casey Raybach as well. And so they've started to initiate a plan from a salary cap management perspective of kind of managing the future. That's why you saw them get rid of all those veteran players at the beginning of the uncapped year, the Fred Smooths of the world and the Randy Thomases of the world.
But it is fair to say that the money is still real. That check's coming due.
For guys like Clinton,
for
example,
and he's out in when I say he's out, meaning that they're basically flush with him at the end of 2010.
Yeah, because he has no more guaranteed money left on his contract,
right.
And so I think we would all agree he's not an $8.3 million running back anymore, and so he's not seeing $8.3 million in 2011.
Yeah. Then, as you look at the team and say, take a guy like Haynesworth, I mean, is there, I think we're down to what? Was less than a week to be traded. Do you have any indication whether
Tuesday,
they may move
the 19th?
him?
Yeah, I don't have any.
And that would have no impact on anything that they're doing with their salary cap, would it, if he were to be traded?
I mean, from a salary cap, or this year, from a team salary management perspective, he has money out in future years from his original signing bonus that he got when he signed here that would accelerate into 2010. But it's not, because there's no cap, it doesn't really matter. But to the heart of your question, I don't. My gut says I don't think he gets moved, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously he's not playing like a $40+ million guaranteed player, but at the same time, he's no worse than, Maki Kimiatu or Anthony Bryant. So, I think you've already swallowed that pill from a financial perspective. Might as well ride it out for the season. I don't know how much you're going to get in return from a draft pick perspective for an Albert Haynesworth.
Yeah, considering his age and what everybody knows about him now and where he's at seems to be mentally and physically.
Right.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take the time out right here, Riggo. When we come back, J.I., we want to get into some of the stumbling blocks, or if they still are stumbling blocks, from what you're hearing about the new CBA, potential rookie scales.
18 games.
Yeah.
18 games. 18 games and a watered-down product.
And what that'll do to the salary cap.
Next on the John Riggins Show.